Hello and thank you for tuning in to an update video for my new game. If you're new to this channel, I'm currently developing a casual block puzzle game with incremental crafting mechanics based on a previous mobile game I made called Loot and Craft. As of this video, the game doesn't have an official name, so for the purposes of this video, I will refer to it as New Game. If you find this interesting, please consider joining the Discord server in the description or the pinned comment, where you can ask questions about the game and follow development more closely. I decided to do this video a little bit differently from my previous update videos. For one, I wrote a script to add more structure and entertainment value to the video. Additionally, you will see the gameplay of New Game in its current state in the background of the video when I am not demonstrating specific features. A special thanks goes to my wife for playing the game for your entertainment. Since the last video I released about a week ago, I added a lot of gameplay features and conducted a closed beta playtest with some close friends and loyal fans. I have received some very valuable feedback and adjusted, added, and removed features to improve the game for its first open playtest. I am very excited to show you the game and will announce it on the Discord as soon as I complete the last batch of crucial features. Aside from bug fixes, backend overhauls, and project cleanup, which I'm not going to be covering in this video, there have been numerous user interface and experience improvements across the board. I'd focused on making the gameplay feel more fluid and complete and less in development. I added sound effects to many different elements, such as when the player equips items, during the battle sequence, and even went as far as to add special effects to make the battles feel more impactful. For the sake of organization, I'm going to discuss the more passive inventory crafting and the more active battle puzzle minigames separately. Then I will discuss future changes that you will see in the next video and in the first open playtest. Here we go. The inventory and crafting screen has seen a few small quality of life changes that will hopefully create a more fluid and user-friendly experience. In addition to that, some changes focused on improving gameplay and creating additional depth to the crafting and equipment mechanics. Some playtesters have expressed confusion and frustration when trying to figure out the equipment mechanic. To resolve this, when dragging items, the equipment slot in which the item can be placed will now be highlighted to show you that it can be equipped in that slot. This change should both address the confusion and also encourage players to equip their items to increase their stats. There have been some complaints that the inventory slots were difficult to see, so I made them brighter. That's it. As a nice quality of life feature, the new slot purchase button now has a dark lock if you cannot afford it and a noticeably lighter plus if you can. This should let players know immediately if they have enough gold to purchase a new slot in their inventory. Finally, the most impactful change concerning inventory and crafting was the addition of random deviation for item stats such as strength, agility, and intelligence. The deviation in values follows a normal distribution with a standard deviation value equal to 25% of the mean value. To put it simply, most items will have roughly average attributes, while some will be below and others above. The price of the items is now based on the total deviation of the attributes from their default values. This change should add extra depth to the crafting and equipment mechanics because two of the same item can now have different attribute values that will allow players to make decisions on which items to equip and which to sell or craft. The Battle Puzzle minigame has seen a lot of adjustments and improvements, and definitely contains the bulk of the changes since the last update. With the Battle Puzzle, I focused on creating an impactful and engaging experience that allows for many different approaches and gameplay tactics. The first major change is the addition of special blocks. These blocks contain power-ups that, when selected in a sequence, can give you the upper hand over your opponent. The power-ups stack and can create interesting combinations. The power-ups are as follows. The gold power-up will provide you with half of the current enemy's gold bounty instantly. This is useful to pick up in cases when the enemy is not your priority and you wish to maximize your gold reward. For example, in cases when the enemy is too weak and won't deal too much damage, or when the enemy is too strong and you know you don't have a chance to defeat them. The shuffle, bomb, and move power-ups are self-explanatory. They provide you with a shuffle, bomb, or an extra move respectively. The gem power-up will double your damage this turn. The damage bonus is stacked additively and will double the damage for each gem selected. The shield will allow the player to block 65% of the enemy's damage this turn. The shields stack multiplicatively. In other words, the enemy's damage is multiplied by 0.35 for each shield. The potion will allow the player to heal 10% of their maximum health this turn. This power-up stacks additively, providing an additional 10% healing for each potion selected. While this final special block is not technically a power-up, it can still provide an upper hand and adds depth to the available strategy, which is why I'm listing it here. I'm speaking of the Wild block, which is a gray block that adapts to whatever block sequence you wish. Although quite rare, these blocks are extremely valuable as they can turn the tide of battle in your favor. For sake of simplicity and brevity, I grouped many visual additions and improvements into a single change. These improvements all have a common goal: to make the puzzle battle sequence feel more impactful and fluid, like a real game and not an in-development tech demo. This includes neat additions such as screen shake, particle effects, damage displays for both player and enemy, as well as many sound effects that make the attacks feel more powerful and impactful. Additionally, a translucent path will be rendered to show you the sequence of blocks you have selected, allowing you to better visualize your block selection strategy and adjust it. A lot of subtle animations have also been added to make the game feel smoother and give it a better, more polished feel. Finally, I adjusted the difficulty and progression of the game based on the closed playtest feedback to better match the progression speed that I originally envisioned, and to give players more opportunity to maximize their stats and have an enhanced sense of accomplishment when they defeat an enemy they've been stuck on for some time. These changes are still subject to change, but should provide a better gameplay experience for those of you who will play it for the first time in the coming weeks. This concludes the notable changes I've made since the previous update video. However, before the first open beta is available, there are still few incomplete features remaining. Notably, these are enchantments, the skill tree, and special enemy types. Enchantments, to those of you unfamiliar with my previous game Loot & Craft, are rare status effects attached to items that provide bonuses that are unavailable via other means when the items are equipped. These include bonus gold and XP yield from slain enemies, passive chances to deal, block, and even evade damage, and many others. The skill tree will serve to provide further passive and active bonuses such as extra starting shuffles, increased damage, the ability to skip early dungeons, and more. You'll be able to purchase skills using experience points you earn throughout the game. Special enemies will appear throughout the game to shake things up and make gameplay more interesting. Some enemies will attack first, others will have passive chance to evade your attacks, attack you twice every few turns, randomly shuffle the grid to mess up your combos, and even those that force you to think quick and select block sequence before a timer runs out. Once these crucial features are in the game, and the game is stable and playable, I will commence the first open playtest. If you wish to participate, the best way to get notifications would be by joining my Discord server using the link in the description or the pinned comment. Thank you for watching this update video. I would love to hear feedback from you regarding the new video format and the gameplay changes I've outlined. Please message me on Discord or leave a comment below. If you wish to support me, share this video with others who might be interested and give this video a like.